I think they're under an obligation not to keep their word to some thugs and some criminals and to hijackers, but for a government to abandon a central element in its domestic and international political orientation for the sake of two terrorists would be most extraordinary.
I think you would accept that this has been, so far in a way, one of the biggest successes for Palestinian hijackers over the last few years.
Let us see how it ends first before we give them success. I don't regard the matter as ended. I believe that the intense pressure of world opinion, and especially of opinion in Austria itself, which seems to be unanimous, will still lead to a result different from that which appeared inevitable yesterday.
Your government speaks of the Austrian government's action as surrender. What in fact can Israel do about it now?
We've said that it's an action which could be interpreted as being surrender. The only way to repair it would be to reinstate the status quo and to ignore the illicit duress under which this promise was extorted. Nobody in civil life would regard himself as bound by a promise that he'd given to somebody who put a gun to his head. If you got the man to go away, you wouldn't feel that you had to carry out your promises to him.
Do you feel any sympathy, in fact, with the actions of the Austrian government, or would you have been prepared in the face of this threat to have seen these hostages killed?
I don't believe that the evidence is not very strong in favour of the idea that they would have been killed. I believe that they should have been much more tenacious and patient and persevering. The fact is that in most of these cases recently, the terrorists have been very glad to bargain for their own safe conduct away.
Isn't it in fact Israel's problem now that fewer and fewer European nations want to get involved in the Arab-Israeli dispute, that they want the easy way out?
Well, it isn't yes. If it were the easy way out, one could at least understand it intellectually. It's not the easy way out, because a country which gives in to terrorism becomes a breeding ground for further terrorist acts.